Buckle up, everyone, because today we are diving headfirst into the world of Formula One. But not the real thing this time.
Oh,
We're talking F1 on the big screen.
okay.
This upcoming film, F1, already has the internet buzzing,
Mhm.
and we're going to break down exactly why.
Yes, it's exciting.
Picture this, a retired F1 driver,
Mm-hmm.
haunted by his past.
Okay.
He decides to step back into this super high-stakes world of racing to mentor a young prodigy.
I like it already.
It's like a recipe for drama, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So we have got the trailer, some insights from IMDb and Wikipedia, and we are ready to give you like all the information on this film.
All right.
Now-
Well, it is a really interesting premise, this whole classic underdog story, and they've set it against this backdrop of this sport where every second counts,
Yeah.
One little tiny decision could mean the difference between, complete victory or, just disaster.
Totally.
And I am really interested to see how they are going to, weave in all those real pressures of the sport with the, personal stories of these characters.
Yeah, and speaking of characters, let's talk about the cast, because they've got a serious powerhouse behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt,
Oh, wow.
Mr. Action Star himself.
I know.
He's going to be playing this veteran driver, Sonny Hayes.
Interesting.
I mean, just that casting alone has got me, ready to buy a ticket.
It's not just like a quick cash grab, though. Brad Pitt's super dedicated to his roles.
Yeah.
I mean, he actually trained and drove a modified F2 car
Really?
for this film. Yeah.
Wow.
So it tells me that he's not just, playing a driver.
Yeah,
He's embodying the whole thing, like the skill, the mindset, the whole experience.
that's commitment.
Yeah.
So, and the rookie he's mentoring, this Joshua Pearce, is being played by Damson Idris,
Right.
who has been making waves, all over TV.
He's a good actor.
I have a feeling this movie could be his, launch pad to superstardom.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Idris has that, raw talent and the intensity, that could really resonate on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Think about, those early Tom Cruise roles,
Oh, yeah.
that same energy.
Yeah.
And now when you pair him up with, a seasoned pro like Brad Pitt, it's going to be
It's going to be electric.
electric. Yeah.
And they didn't stop there.
No.
The supporting cast is amazing.
Yeah.
Carrie Condon, who was incredible in Banshees of Inisherin.
Right.
I can't wait to see what she brings to this film.
Well, she can do anything, She's got such incredible range.
Totally.
So will she be a love interest, adding all these extra layers to Sonny's character, or maybe a rival team manager,
Right.
Creating even more tension? I don't know, but it is going to be intriguing.
Good point. And then you have Tobias Menzies, who you probably recognize from The Crown.
Yes.
He always brings this certain presence.
Yeah.
I wonder if he will be this really tough team owner. Maybe someone who clashes with the way Sonny does things.
Yeah, it is so interesting to try and guess, Yeah.
And we can't forget Javier Bardem,
Oh, yeah?
an Oscar winner
Amazing.
who just commands the screen, and his character Ruben is the one who convinces Sonny to actually come back to F1.
Yeah. Interesting.
So there's history there, a friendship
Right.
that could add another whole level to the story.
Okay, so this is where things get super interesting for me.
Okay.
They aren't just setting the movie in the world of F1. They are actually putting real races and real drivers into the film.
Oh, wow.
I mean, how cool is it that we're going to see Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen
Yeah.
on screen with Brad Pitt?
It's a big move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really raises the stakes for the whole thing.
Totally.
Imagine you're in the theater watching this crazy race scene, and suddenly it's not just the actors,
Yeah.
It's actual F1 champions, battling it out.
Wow.
Talk about blurring the lines
Oh,
between
wow.
fiction and reality.
And I read that they actually filmed during real Grand Prix weekends, like they were at the British Grand Prix at Silverstone.
I mean, that must have been so difficult,
Oh, my God.
trying to make a film in the middle of a live race with thousands of people around.
I know, the logistics of that are mind-boggling.
I can't even imagine.
It does show you the level of detail and authenticity they're going for, though.
Yeah,
Think about the pressure that's already there on a Grand Prix weekend.
right.
All the teams, the drivers, the fans, everyone is on edge.
Yeah,
And to try and, put a film shoot into that environment,
yeah.
it's
Right, right
incredible.
at the feet.
Yeah.
And they didn't just film on the sidelines either.
No.
They had Brad Pitt driving this modified F2 car on the track during some of these races.
Oh, wow.
That's not some stunt double.
That's amazing.
That's him,
yeah.
experiencing the speed and the intensity firsthand.
Exactly. And they even fitted his car with an F1 aero package.
What?
Yeah, basically they gave it modifications to
Oh,
make
yeah.
it look and handle more like a real F1 car.
Wow.
So it's clear that they really wanted to capture the true, essence of the sport.
Yeah.
And that's really exciting to think about,
Yeah, and it's going to be amazing to see those shots on the big screen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, speaking of things that are going to be amazing, they also got Hans Zimmer
No way!
to score this film.
That's awesome!
The composer behind Top Gun, Maverick,
Right.
and Inception.
I mean,
I'm already getting chills
yeah.
just thinking about it.
Well, I mean, Zimmer is like a master of
Sure.
creating these huge, heart-pounding scores that just completely pull you into the film.
Yeah.
He's not just adding music, he is making an emotional landscape.
Right?
Like, think about the way he used sound in Dunkirk
Oh, yeah.
to create tension and suspense.
Yeah.
So I am curious to see how he will capture, like, the roar of the engines,
Yeah.
the screech of the tires,
Right.
the pure speed of F1.
Yeah, and you can't forget that emotional part of it.
Right.
You have this veteran driver fighting his demons, this young rookie trying to, prove himself.
Yes.
The pressure of the competition.
Yeah.
Maybe even a love story
Oh.
thrown in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
And Zimmer can, weave all those emotions into the music
Uh-huh.
and create this really powerful experience.
Yeah, you're right. It's not just about the action. It's about the human stories that are at the center of it all.
Right.
And speaking of big ambitions,
Yeah?
have you heard about the budget for this film?
How much are we talking?
It's rumored to be around $250 million.
Wow.
So that makes it one of the most expensive sports films ever made.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you wonder, what are they going to do with all that?
Well, we already know that they're filming on location at some of the most famous racetracks in the world.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the locations. Think
Yeah.
about the visual effects that they can make with that budget.
Oh, yeah.
Like the crashes, the overtakes, the
Yeah.
feeling of speed. They can really push the boundaries of what we can see on screen.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about the sound design.
Oh, yeah.
They can create this, truly immersive auditory experience
Right.
that puts you right there in the driver's seat.
Wow. It sounds like they are really doing everything they can
Oh, yeah.
to make F1 this crazy cinematic experience.
For sure.
I'm already completely hooked.
I know, me too.
And we have only just started talking about it.
Yeah.
There's so much more to unpack here,
Uh-huh.
from the characters' backstories to, how they mix fiction and reality.
Yeah, exactly. There are so many layers to this story
Yeah.
that we haven't even begun to explore.
I know.
And that's what
Yeah.
makes, doing these deep dives so exciting.
Yeah.
We're just slowly piecing together a puzzle,
Yeah.
one little clue at a time.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's like we're all detectives here trying to solve this mystery.
Yes. You know what has me really hooked is how much depth they seem to be giving to Sonny Hayes.
Oh, yeah.
He's not just some has-been driver,
Yeah.
There's real baggage there. Well, yeah, and in the trailer you see him living in this van.
Yeah.
And they mention that he was a gambling addict.
Right.
And it just makes you think wow, what happened?
What led to his, downfall?
Yeah.
There's a feeling of tragedy there,
Right.
He had it all and then lost it all.
Right.
And now this is his chance to redeem himself, not just by, winning races,
Yeah.
but by helping this young driver.
Right.
And maybe even, confronting his own issues.
It's like a second chance for both of them.
Totally.
For Sonny and for Joshua. But speaking of Joshua,
Yeah.
they describe him as this amazing talent,
Right.
but also reckless and impulsive. So I wonder how that's going to play out on the track.
I know. It's setting up this classic conflict, You have this veteran trying to teach him discipline and strategy, and then you have this hotshot rookie who just wants to go full throttle
All the time.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Maverick and Iceman,
Oh, yeah.
from Top Gun. That same clash
Yeah.
of styles.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you add in the crazy pressure of F1.
Oh, yeah, where one mistake
One mistake and it's over.
and it could cost you everything.
Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster.
It is.
Or drama.
Or drama.
Yeah.
So much drama.
And that's where I think the supporting characters really come into play.
Right.
Like Carrie Condon's character, Kate,
Yeah.
she might be the voice of reason in all this.
Okay.
Maybe she helps Sonny and Joshua, find some common ground.
Right.
Or maybe she's a source of temptation,
Ooh.
pulling Sonny back into his old ways.
Interesting.
Who knows? But either way, she's going to be important to the story.
Yeah, totally. And then you have Tobias Menzies' character, Banning.
Right.
And I kind of feel like he's going to be the antagonist.
Okay.
The guy who is like putting all this pressure
Right.
on Sonny and Joshua to win
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah, like a ruthless team owner.
Yeah, exactly.
Who only cares about the results.
I can already see it.
Yeah, that would be a really interesting dynamic. You have that internal conflict between Sonny and Joshua, and then you have this external pressure from someone like Banning.
That's a multi-layered.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm already feeling stressed for them.
I know, right?
But okay, let's go back to something we talked about earlier.
Okay.
This whole thing about them filming during real Grand Prix weekends.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a movie doing that before?
It's pretty much unheard of.
Yeah.
Especially on this scale.
Right?
To try and fit a fictional team and story
Yeah.
into a real race. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Like, they actually built a whole garage
Right.
for the fictional team Apex Grand Prix.
Wow.
Right in the middle of all the real teams.
So they weren't just like off to the side somewhere?
No, they were right in the thick of it.
Wow.
And Brad Pitt wasn't just pretending to drive.
Right. He was really out there.
He was out there.
Going like 200 miles an hour.
I know, and that's why using that modified F2 car is so important.
Right.
Like, a real F1 car is just a beast.
Yeah.
Even experienced drivers need time to adjust.
Yeah.
So the F2 is like a good stepping stone.
Okay.
But with that F1 aero package,
Yeah.
it looks and drives realistically enough for the cameras.
Okay, so for someone who doesn't know a lot about F1,
Yeah.
what is an aero package?
Oh, it's basically all the parts of the car that deal with aerodynamics.
Okay.
So the wings, the diffusers, the bodywork,
Yeah.
they are designed to control airflow
Right.
and create downforce,
Okay.
which helps the car stick to the track at high speeds.
So basically they made Brad Pitt's car
Yeah.
look and act like a real F1 car.
Exact.
That is incredible.
Yeah, they really went all out to capture the real feel of the sport.
Yeah, and it wasn't just one racetrack.
Yeah.
They filmed all over the world.
I know they went to Silverstone,
Yeah.
Monza,
And Duca.
Yeah.
Some of the most famous tracks in F1 history.
They even filmed at the 24 Hours of Daytona,
Oh, wow.
which is a completely different kind of race,
Yeah.
but just as intense.
Right.
It just shows you how ambitious they are.
Totally.
Like, they're not just making a movie about F1.
Right.
They're creating a whole world
Yeah.
of motorsports.
And then on top of all that, they got Hans Zimmer
I know.
to do the music.
He's a legend.
I know he's won 2 Oscars. And his music for Inception and Interstellar,
Oh, yeah.
just incredible.
He has this incredible ability to make music that doesn't just, like, make the action better, but it, like, goes right to the heart of the story.
Yeah.
Think about that theme from Gladiator.
Oh, yeah.
Or the music from The Lion King.
Yeah.
He can make you feel everything.
Right.
The happiness, the sadness, the power of what's happening on the screen.
I can only imagine what he's going to do with the sounds of F1.
I know.
The roar of the engines.
Yeah.
The tires screeching. It's going to be crazy.
That feeling of speed and danger,
Yeah.
he can put that all into the music.
Yeah. And create something really special.
For sure.
I am excited to hear it.
Yeah, I'm particularly interested in how he will show the difference between Sonny's past,
Right.
maybe with music that is sadder or more thoughtful, and then Joshua's present, which might be like more energetic and raw.
Right. More modern.
Yeah, exactly. It's those little details that can really make a film great.
Totally. Okay, so we have talked about the characters,
Yeah.
the plot, the amazing places they filmed, and the Oscar-winning composer.
This is a lot.
But what about the big message of the film?
Oh, that's a good question.
What do you think they're trying to say?
On the surface, it seems like a classic sports movie,
Okay.
about competition and wanting to win.
Yeah.
But I think there's more to it than that.
Okay.
I think it's about getting second chances,
Right.
redemption,
Yeah.
and how important mentors are.
I like that. Like, Sonny gets another chance
Yeah.
to fix his past mistakes. And not just by winning races, but by actually helping Joshua
Exactly.
avoid those same pitfalls.
Yeah.
And then Joshua gets the guidance he needs to become a champion.
Yeah, it's a story about how people can connect,
Right.
even in a world as competitive as F1.
It's a nice message.
It is.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
This is a huge Hollywood film.
Yes, it's a big budget movie.
They want to entertain us.
Right. Go for sure.
That's where the $250 million budget comes in.
Exactly.
They're going to give us action and drama.
Yeah.
And suspense and maybe even some romance.
All the good stuff.
Yeah.
But if they can also include those deeper themes, those real moments of emotion and connection, then it's going to be really special.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited to see how they pull it off.
Me too.
But you know what I'm curious about?
What?
Those supporting characters.
Oh, yeah.
Kate and Banning. We talked about their roles.
Right.
But what are they really trying to do?
Yeah.
What secrets are they hiding?
That's what makes a good film. You know,
Yeah.
it keeps you guessing.
Yeah.
It leaves you with questions.
I have so many questions.
I know, me too.
Like, what's the deal with Sonny and Ruben?
Yeah.
Are they really good friends?
Mm-hmm.
Or is there something from the past
Right.
that's still bothering them?
And what about Kate?
Right? Is she really in love with Sonny?
Yeah. Or is she using him?
And what about Banning?
Yeah.
Is he just a businessman?
Right.
Or is he something more?
Is he trying to help Sonny and Joshua, or is he trying to stop them?
I can't wait to find out.
Me neither. It's like we're detectives
I know.
trying to figure everything out.
Using little pieces of information?
Yeah, from the trailer and online.
Yeah.
And that's what makes these deep dives so fun.
Right.
We're not just sitting here listening.
Yeah.
We're trying to solve the mystery.
Before the movie even comes out.
Exactly. And it makes the wait even more exciting.
Totally. But you know what?
What?
We haven't even talked about, like, how they actually made this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how do they film those races
Right.
with the cars going so fast? How do they get those shots from inside the cars?
That's a good point.
In the middle of all the action.
I mean, technology has come so far.
Yeah.
I bet they're using all the latest tricks
Right.
to capture the speed and the danger and the excitement of F1.
I bet they had cameras everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like on the cars.
On drones.
Yeah.
Maybe even in the driver's helmets.
Yeah.
And then someone has to edit all that footage together.
Right.
Make it look smooth and exciting.
It's like a whole other race.
It is.
Just to make the movie.
And with Hans Zimmer doing the music,
Oh, yeah.
it's going to be just as intense as the visuals.
Oh, yeah.
I can already hear it in my head.
Me too.
The sound of the engines mixed with Zimmer's music.
It's going to be epic.
It's going to be like you're right there in the action.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
We've been talking about all the big things.
Yeah.
Like the actors and the story and the technology.
Right.
But sometimes it's the little things that make a movie really great.
Oh, totally.
You know, like how they show the tension in the pit lane?
Yeah.
Or those split-second decisions?
Yeah.
And the sweat dripping off the drivers' faces?
Yeah, all those little details.
And the quiet moments, too.
Right.
Like maybe Sonny giving Joshua some advice.
Yeah.
Or Kate watching the race with this look of determination in her eyes.
Those are the moments that make you really connect with the characters.
Right. You feel what they're feeling.
Exactly. You feel their wins and their losses.
Like we were right there with them, experiencing everything.
And that's what makes this film so exciting.
Yes.
It's not just a bunch of flashy stuff.
Right.
It's a real story about people with this amazing sport as the backdrop.
I like that. So what do you think is the big takeaway?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What are they trying to tell us with F1?
I think it's about finding your purpose in life.
Okay.
You know, facing your fears.
Yeah.
And pushing yourself to be the best you can be.
A good message.
Yeah. And it's about how important mentors are and how we can support each other even when we're competing.
And it's about how creative people can be.
Yeah.
And how we always try to push the limits.
Exactly.
What's possible.
You know what else I think?
What?
I think F1 could make a lot of new people love motorsports.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people who never thought they'd be interested,
Right.
but they watch this film and they get hooked.
Yeah, they fall in love with the speed.
The speed, the technology,
Right.
the stories of the drivers.
That would be amazing.
It would.
To see all these new fans at the races.
Yeah, cheering on their favorites,
Yeah.
talking about the latest tech.
It'd be great for the sport.
It would show how powerful movies can be.
Yeah.
You know, to spark our imagination and open us up to new worlds.
Well, I am officially counting down the days until June 2025.
Me too. But until then, we can enjoy the wait.
Right.
Keep learning about F1 and maybe even watch a race or two.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And who knows?
What?
Maybe we'll see some of those filming tricks in action.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool.
That would be a real deep dive. I know it's going to be amazing.
It really does feel like they're creating something special with this film. You know, when you think about the challenges of, like, filming these super fast races.
Right.
How do you even start to capture that on camera?
It's all about, like, pushing the technology to its absolute limit.
Right.
They probably have cameras, like, everywhere,
Right.
mounted on the cars, on drones, maybe even in the helmets of the drivers.
Yeah.
And then someone has to take all that footage and, like,
Yeah.
edit it all together to
Yeah.
create this seamless, thrilling experience for the people watching.
It's like they're making this symphony of speed and sound.
Exactly.
And with Hans Zimmer doing the music,
Oh, yeah.
you just know the music is going to be as intense
Oh, yeah.
as what we see on screen.
I can hear it now.
Yeah.
The roar of the engines, mixed with Zimmer's, like, signature melodies,
Yeah.
it's going to be this sonic landscape that pulls you in right to the heart of the action.
You know, it's funny.
Mm.
We've been so focused on the big picture.
Right.
The cast, the plot, the technology.
Yeah.
But a lot of times,
Yeah.
it's the little details that make a film truly unforgettable.
You're so right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the way they show the tension
Mm-hmm.
in the pit lane,
Right.
or those split-second choices that they have to make,
Yeah.
and the sweat dripping down the drivers' faces.
All those tiny details.
Yeah, and those quiet moments,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe Sonny sharing a bit of wisdom with
Aw.
Joshua,
Yeah.
or Kate watching the race
Mm-hmm.
with this determined look in her eye.
Those are the moments that make you connect with the characters.
Right.
You feel everything they're feeling.
Yeah, you feel their victories and their heartbreak.
It's like we're right there with them,
Yeah,
living through it all.
experiencing the highs and the lows.
Yeah, and that's what makes this film so exciting.
Totally.
It's not just about the spectacle.
Right.
It's a real story about people
Mm-hmm.
set against the backdrop of this incredible sport.
So after all of this, what do you think the big takeaway is?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like, what are they trying to say with F1?
I think it's a story about finding your purpose,
Okay.
about facing your fears,
Right.
and really pushing yourself to be your best.
Yeah.
It's about the power of having a mentor
Mm-hmm.
and the connections that bring us together,
Right.
even when we're competing against each other.
And it's a celebration of like human ingenuity
Yeah.
and how we're always trying to push the limits.
Of what's possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And you know what? I think F1 has the potential to be more than just a great film.
Okay.
I think it could inspire a whole new generation
Yeah.
to embrace the world of motorsports.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
Imagine all these young people
Yeah.
captivated by the
The
speed,
technology,
the technology.
the stories of these amazing athletes.
It would be awesome.
It really would.
It would show how powerful films can be.
Yeah, to spark our imagination and introduce us to new worlds.
Well, I don't know about you, but I am officially counting down the days until June 2025.
Me too.
I am so ready for this movie.
And until then,
Yeah?
let's just enjoy the anticipation.
Right.
Keep learning about F1.
Right.
Maybe even try to watch a race or two.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll even see some of those filming techniques in action.
Oh, yeah, that would be a real deep dive.
It would be so cool.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Ah.
But we will be back soon with another deep dive into a topic that's sure to spark your curiosity.
Yeah.
Until then, keep exploring and keep asking questions.
Bye, everyone.